Hey there, Wondering Watchers. Welcome to another Halloween-inspired pick-a-card reading that this time explores the potency of your love potion and who wants to drink themselves into a love stupor with it. When I talk about love potion here, I mean the chemical substance in an animal's sweat, saliva, and urine, which communicates biological signals to others in the species, which impacts recipients' behaviors related to things like hunger, fear, and love. It can impact fight or flight responses, familial bonds, and sexual attraction. But I'm not a scientist, and I'm going with a love potion, so just work with me here. Keep in mind that these cards only provide perspective and that your choices and your actions lead to the ultimate truth of your situation. You have agency over your life and you make the decisions about how to live it. For those of you ready to brew more of your love potion right now, the link to each reading is in the description box below. In front of me, there are 4 witch-themed tarot decks. Pile number 1, Modern Witch Tarot Deck. Pile number 2, Witches Tarot. Pile number 3, Witchling Academy Tarot. And pile number 4, Everyday Witch Tarot. You can pick the pile or piles of cards that you feel drawn to the most. Feel free to pause the video if you need more time to go over the deck choices. Once you made your decision, go to the description box and click on the link for the corresponding deck. So now it's time to tap into the cards, choose your love potion tarot adventure, and let's make magic happen. Welcome back. This is the reading for group number 1, those who picked Modern Witch Tarot deck to dive into their love potion. So I'm going to do this one final shuffle, and we'll get into the essential ingredient of your love potion. So group number 1, the essential ingredient of your love potion has to do with what you're putting your heart and soul into. Something that you feel that you create, a certain sense of value that you can really enjoy being tied to. It's for those who don't think of themselves as like creative, every moment you are really, involved in creating your future. And so with your love potion, it's a sense of what it is that you are creatively connecting to, manifesting, and really putting your heart and soul into is kind of the essential ingredient of your love potion. So let's see how you are spreading your love potion here. You have the Empress. So it's a sense of when you are taking care of yourself, recognizing your own beauty, recognizing your ability to connect with people around you, with nature, really enjoying what your senses are experiencing in terms of sight, sound, taste, touch, and smell. That's when you are enjoying those things, it's as if your love potion is dropping little seedlets for others to enjoy and kind of creating an environment of you, the essence, the Empress essence of you. So how does your love potion affect a person's perceptions of you? Group number 1, Queen of Pentacles. So for some, your love potion gives people the perception that you are caring, gentle, nurturing. Again, very much with this Empress vibe and at 8 of Pentacles, that you really put your heart and soul to things that you're dedicated to the people that you're dedicated to, and that, you know, you would be a great person to mate with. You know, the little bunny rabbits right here and the Queen of Pentacles kind of indicates fertility, having lots of little bunnies hopping around. So how does your love potion affect a person's feelings for you, group number 1? You have the Hermit here. So it's as if they feel as if it's something that they're drawn to, like a beacon. And it may be that you cause them to be a little bit drawn to it and withdrawn from their other aspects so that they can kind of figure it out. It's almost, they might kind of, you know, live in their feelings for you for a little bit, and kind of go down that path of trying to figure out what it means for them. So group number 1, let's take a look at how your love potion can impact a person's desires for you. 9 of Cups. So it really makes them, you know, feel like they are full of emotions and really just want to, you know, burst with that emotion. It's like whatever it is that is the pinnacle of what they think is passion or desire, it's like you fulfill that for them. So group number 1, let's see how your love potion impacts a person's long-term intentions about you. 7 of Pentacles. So it's the sense of they kind of are interested in where it might go, but, you know, considering where things have been with you in the past, or what they are aware of you in general, they're a little bit, you know, unsure if it's worth the investment, if it would be really kind of, if it would give them exactly what they are hoping for, or maybe that you wouldn't feel the same way about them. So they're willing to invest, but they need some kind of active involvement from you to see if that's, you know, going to be worth that investment for them. So let's see what most affects the potency of your love potion, group number 1. 8 of Cups. So really being able to walk away from things that are not for your best and highest good, so that you are focusing on really positive, beautiful, loving energy, things that you want to dedicate to yourself to completely and fully. Those are the things that affect the potency of you. So if you are really dealing with things where you kind of feel stuck, or you feel that you're just kind of just doing it just to do it, not really feeling excited about it, that really can impact the potency of of the way that people feel about you and perceive you and so forth. So let's find out, group number 1, who might be affected by your love potion right now. So let's see here. Okay. Coarse hair. A woman. Blue eyes. So this could be one person. This could be multiple people. For people who are not like sexually attracted to someone who is a woman or blue eyes or coarse hair, this also is, oh, actually, these hairstyles really, these match up here, can be like a familial bond, because love potion, we think of it in the romantic sexual way, but it's also a way, kind of like with this Queen of Pentacles, the people who surround the Queen of Pentacles and help the Queen of Pentacles create that loving, communal environment to help raise all the little bunnies. So that could be that as well. But it also can be multiple people here that you are affecting with your love potion. So let's take a look at how you would know if someone is drunk off your love potion, group number 1. You have play. So they might want to be a little bit more playful with you, interact with you in a way where they get more, they can breathe in, drink in more of that yummy love potion. You have knowledge. So they'll kind of almost let you know in a way by kind of talking to you about connections with people, talking to you about like philosophy, maybe even biology, maybe even talking to you about pheromones. Who knows? And wisdom. So you've got this knowledge, wisdom. You also have this hermit here, which has to do with how your love potion affects a person's feelings for you. So if you kind of see that there's someone who might be talking about connections with people, people that you're drawn to, people that you kind of need to let go of, and like is really confiding in you a lot. It's almost like sharing secrets is a sense that I'm feeling with that. So that's a way to kind of tell if someone is getting drunk off your love potion. So group number 1, let's take a look at what you need to know about your love potion. You have ancestors, the love and legacy of your DNA. So here, it's interesting. It's almost like this is more of the familial love potion aspect here. It's a sense of, you really you come from ancestors, bloodline that is built off a certain, certain DNA, and that really you have kind of like you have their DNA, but you also have that essential essence to kind of drive you forward to kind of succeed in whatever it is that you want. And obviously your ancestors succeeded in having you in their bloodline, so maybe it's, kind of pushing that forward. So what else should you know about your love potion? You have werewolf, exploring wildness. So here, it's, I'm seeing here the 8 of Cups up here too. So it's almost as if you have the ability to impact others' instinctive responses, their animalistic nature. So it basically is potent, and it works in a way that it would, like a animal in the wild marking its territory, that animal magnetism. So be prepared for what it might bring in. And you have Hearth, happiness in our hearts and homes. So another card to indicate this sense of home, this sense of this love of home, a sense of comfort, a sense of protection, a sense of providing. And so here the hearth is related to the Greek goddess, I think it's Vesta, who would keep the hearth going so that anyone could come home and be fed. So here it's a sense of what is it that is a sense of home and comfort for you. And because that is what you are also, your love potion is kind of putting out there and possibly drawing back to you. So group number 1, I hope this provides a helpful perspective of the potency of your love potion and who wants to drink it up. We'll see you next time. Take care. Welcome back. This is a reading for group number 2, those who picked Witches Tarot to dive into their love potion. So group number 2, let's find out what the essential ingredient is for your love potion. Okay, so you have Ace of Swords. So how you think, your mind process, your sense of like honesty and how you communicate is really essential for your love potion. All these cards want to pop out, but I'm going to not take 8 pop out randomly. So let's find out how you're spreading your love potion, group number 2. You have the Emperor. So here you are spreading your love potion with that confidence, with that sense of authority and control that you have. It's almost like a more active confidence that you put out there. It could be in how you communicate, how you talk, how you kind of set certain expectations of others, and I guess how they communicate with you. So you have standards for yourself and the way that you convey yourself, carry yourself, communicate. And so here it's a sense of an air swords, an air about you where you are confident and protected, and you kind of have a sense of overseeing the group, overseeing like the well-being of the people around you. So let's see what your love potion does in terms of affecting a person's perceptions of you, group number 2. You have the 5 of Wands, which is kind of like conflict. So they may have, kind of think of you as kind of being too, I want to say too cool for school, but more like out of their league. So here, in terms of the perception of you, it's like you're out of their league, but they want to be in communication with you, but they're not sure if they meet your standards. So it's a sense of there's a little bit of desire and a little bit of fear that they're kind of sensing. Okay, I'll take this one card here to see how your love potion affects a person's feelings for you, if I can flip it. So you have 7 of Pentacles. So the feeling is that, again, that sense of is it worth bothering, in the sense of you have this position, this air about you, the confidence of like really setting high standards for yourself and expectations of others coming into your world. And so here your love potion makes them want to invest, but kind of makes them second guess if it's going to be worth it at all, because they're not necessarily going to succeed. So let's see how your love potion impacts their desire for you. You have the High Priest, which is the equivalent of the Hierophant. So in terms of their desire for you, group number 2, because there is this kind of conflict in terms of their perceptions of you, of, the way they see you, but how they feel about you. They kind of just have to go by whatever is expected. So whatever the norm is. So if you work with this person or colleagues in some way with this person, they just have to stick to the norms, because you make them feel less sure of themselves. And so they just have to stick with what has worked for them, to, I guess, social expectations, or what they think generally they're supposed to do around you, because there's a sense of you really take up a lot of their space of existence, and not necessarily in a bad way or intentionally. It's their perception of you is kind of they're conflicted and unsure of themselves, so they can really, in terms of the desire for you, it's just like, I'm just gonna go by the tried and true, just stick to what I know, stick to the way I'm supposed to behave in these situations. So group number 2, let's see how your love potion impacts a person's long-term intentions about you. 6 of Swords. So it's a sense of trying to, move on. It's almost they play a game, a mental head game with themselves when it comes to you. It's almost like they're giving up before they can even try, because of a sense of an intimidation to some degree. So let's pull one more card to see what most affects the potency of your love potion, group number 2. 8 of Wands. So it's almost a sense of like it's in the air. It's kind of how sure you are of yourself, how much you are determined to make things happen, to stick to what your expectations are for yourself and for others. It's basically you being in line with your best and highest good, what it is that you want for yourself. To some degree, it's interesting that there are no cups in this so far. Well, that's it for the tarot cards, but it's almost as if your love potion, this essential ingredient, is almost making me think that the intention is to keep people away, at least right now. It's like the essential ingredient also, if you look at swords as a dagger, it's like a, a dagger. And the emperor here is wearing this suit of armor around them. So to some degree, it's almost as if you are fending off love to some degree, and maybe looking more for an intellectual equal, as opposed to someone who's going to try to, romance you. So group number 2, let's take a look at who might be affected by your love potion right now. Plus size, preppy, sensual. Okay. So here, I feel like these are 3 different groups, so as opposed to one person, unless you know a plus size, preppy, sensual individual. I feel like you are really kind of going for the people who, like I said, there's a sense, it might not be people who are insecure or feel that you are on a higher, like a pedestal. It's a sense of your how they are with you in particular. So it seems like, any type of people that you are in your world around you that fall into these categories, it really seems like your love potion, which does feel like more like a love dagger potion of kind of keeping away maybe these types of people. So let's now take a look at how you know if someone has been drinking from your love potion. Well, I'll take these. You have memory, guidance, patience, and hope. So to some degree, if it's almost a sense of the people who are drunk off your love potion, you will kind of have a vague recollection of who they are, and that maybe like acquaintances or just in your area, or that somehow they've kind of been drawn to you, but that they really keep their distance, and maybe look over at you, gaze over at you, kind of almost like it makes you think, do I know this person? Have I met this person before? And when you kind of catch their eye, they kind of like look away. Maybe they'll have the confidence to like smile or give you some type of indication that they're interested, but it's more like an intimidation that they feel, and they're kind of hoping that you would be the person to make that move, since your love potion makes it seem like you're the one that's going to act, you're the one that's going to set the standard for things. So group number 2, let's see what you need to know about how your love potion in general, how it is. Like, what do you need to know about it? You have Black Cat, fortune meets opportunity. So here it's a sense of your love potion will do what you want it to do, but you're the person that has to take the opportunity to act upon it. You're the one that has to kind of navigate it. So if this is a love dagger potion where you kind of keep certain people away from you, then you have to go after the people that are, not being kept away from you and actually make that move. Or if the people that are that you're keeping away from you that you have an interest in, you're the one that has to make that effort. So let's see what else you need to know about your love potion. You have ancestors, the love and legacy of our DNA. So group number 2, it seems that your love potion in general, you've learned something from your ancestors, your family members, your parents, grandparents, on how to interact when it comes to love. And it's a sense of, there's patterns there that you are picking up after. And those are strong patterns. So again, if you want to keep in line with those patterns, then you just go ahead and, follow it through. But if you want to change it up, then you're going to have to make the effort for that. And then you have eternal love. Love is love is love, and it transcends physical death. So here, your love potion, it does seem like it is meant to locate that true love, to keep people away that are not meeting your standards, at least for right now. At least the current makeup of your love potion is very much guarding you from things that aren't for your best and highest good, and it's aimed for this eternal love, this true love. And until that happens, it's a sense of focusing that love on yourself in the meantime. So I'm hoping this provides a helpful perspective of the potency of your love potion and who wants to drink it up. We'll see you next time. Take care. Welcome back. This is the reading for group number 3, those who picked Witchling Academy Tarot to dive into their juicy love potion. So group number 3, let's see what the essential ingredient of your love potion is. You have 10 of Pentacles. So the essential ingredient is your emotional and physical security and stability. Your sense of understanding your place, not your place as in you have to stay somewhere, but understanding how you interact with your environment in its physical, mental, emotional aspects. So let's see how you are spreading your love potion. You have King of Swords. So group number 3, you're spreading your love potion by making very conscious decisions and actions and communications about what you want for yourself. It's a very reasonable and calculated strategize spreading of your love potion, almost like targeted to certain individuals. So here, let's take a look at your love potion's effects on someone's perceptions of you. You have Page of Cups. So it really creates a sense of potential, possibilities, kind of like dreaming. Like their perception of you is like it's almost making me think of like a cartoon character dream vision of like kind of like that I Dream of Jeannie, that TV show where from, what was it, like 60s, 70s, something around like that time where the introduction was like a cartoon image of this genie in a lamp, and then it turns into like the real life version of that cartoon version. So here, that's the way I see your love potion affecting people's perceptions of you. So let's see how it affects a person's feelings for you. Group number 3. Ace of Pentacles. So it really has them kind of see you in a new light or have a new sense of value, something that they want to kind of develop and invest in. So group number 3, let's see how your love potion impacts desires. You have Temperance. So it's a sense of the desire that your love potion kind of stimulates, arouses in people, is sending them to like extremes. So they have to really balance it out. They really have to find that sense of moderation in their desires, because otherwise you're just going to send them into a frenzy. So let's take a look at how your love potion impacts a person's long-term intentions about you, group number 3. The Emperor. So here they really want to be that provider, that protector, that, ruler of your love kingdom. And they're willing to put in the effort, the work, to make that happen. So let's see what most affects the potency of your love potion, group number 3. 2 of Pentacles. So here it's being pulled in different directions that might create a sense of almost boosting your confidence. So if you have multiple things catching your attention or priorities, and you want to do both of those things or all 3 of those things, it's a sense of almost dropping the ball, but recognizing they're going to drop. And if you've ever seen those like commercials, those like paper towel commercials, that slow motion, and you kind of see like, the ketchup bottle or the drink spill over and it like hits the ground. It's like, oh no. But like, then there's those scenes where, not paper towel commercials, but other types of things where someone kind of catches things before it like drops and saves the day. It's a sense of that, those types of situations, you going in there, being pulled and having like to kind of use your talents to kind of not drop balls and save the day and like just work your magic. That seems to build a sense of confidence in you, in your abilities, in your personal power. And so I get a sense that that is how it affects the potency of your love potion. So group number 3, let's see who is being affected by your love potion right now. Someone with brown eyes, tattoo, and attractive. So if you know anyone with round eyes, a tattoo, and is attractive, this could be one person, this could be multiple people. That is who is affected by your love potion. So let's see how you'll know if someone is drunk off your love potion, group number 3. You have Message, Cozy, and Temptation. So group number 3, you'll know that someone is drunk off your love potion if they are contacting you a lot, maybe they're emailing you, calling you, texting you, they kind of give you this sense that they are very comfortable around you, and they try to entice you to hang out with them, or go places with them. Whatever it is, if they know you like, I love sweets, I love frosting, I love sundaes. So if my husband was like, hey babe, let's go get frosting and ice cream sundaes, and spend some time together watching ghost shows, I'd be like, oh heck yeah. So something along those lines. That's how you'll know they are drunk off your love potion. Right, group number 3, let's take a look at what you need to know about your love potion. You have barm brack, sweetness, and synergy. So here it's a sense that your love potion, it does kind of start the initial, like stirs things up initially. And when you kind of come in there to like seal the deal, like it all comes together like this barm brack bread, which I would never feed to someone because apparently you put things in there like cloth, a ring, um, like just other inedible objects, and you're supposed to slice it to see if you have one of those objects in there, and it's supposed to indicate something about what you'll get. But that just seems like someone's going to choke on it, and I'm not waiting to see what's in something that's like a bread cake, or I'm just going to eat it, especially if there's frosting on it. But I'm gluten-free, so I'm not going to eat it at all. Anyway, of course. Basically, what you need to know about your love potion is that's one aspect, one ingredient of it. But you coming in, you kind of blending your true self and the perceived, dream-like self that others might see you as, that really kind of seals the deal. You have invisibility, authenticity. So group number 3, what you need to know about your love potion is that it may also, like I said, it does have that initial, like sets the tone initially for you. So it is very potent. So just be aware of the things that you allow that love potion to try to mask or take credit for. And what I mean by that is, like, is there a part of you that is hiding behind that initial aspect of a love potion and having it do more of the work? Because ultimately, there's the real you, the part of you that is what's it called, that is confident, that makes things happen, that really is in alignment with your best and highest good, and like doing things that will reasonably maintain this high, what's it called, this high regard that you have for yourself. That's something that people will want to see as well. So to some degree, it's like, make sure you're not hiding behind the love potion. And you have ancestors, the love and legacy of our DNA. So here it's really take a look at what is in your genetic history to see the good parts, the not so good parts that might be mixed in with your love potion and the things that you have the ability to make a reasoned approach to change. If you want to change those aspects, then be aware of that, and the things that are more ingrained in your DNA and can't change, then, figure out a way to embrace it and not necessarily hide those things as well. So I'm hoping this provides a helpful perspective of your potency love potion and who wants to drink it up. We'll see you next time. Take care. Welcome back. This is a reading for group number 4, those who picked Everyday Witch Tarot, to dive into their love potion. So group number 4, let's start out by seeing the essential ingredient of your love potion. You have the 9 of Wands. So here's a sense of energy that's been built up, things that you have, that you want to protect, the things that you want to defend. If there is a certain type of stressor that has been kind of pulling on your energy, then that is really going to affect the type of love potion, or at least the reactions to it. So let's see how you're spreading your love potion. You have King of Wands. So there's certain ideas that you have about spreading your love potion. You're really kind of putting it exactly where you feel you want it to go, here or there, wherever it is that you're drawn to. And maybe that's kind of why the essential ingredient is this this kind of built up energy that of where you want your love potion to be and where you've sent it, and making sure it's being received by those that you're trying to get it in front of their faces. All right, so let's take a look at how your love potion affects a person's perception of you. You have the Hanged Man. So here it really has them pause and whatever they thought about you initially or from afar, it's a sense of they are rethinking that. They have to kind of, stop, scratch their head and go, what is it that is really this person, and what are they really about? So group number 4, let's see how your love potion affects a person's feelings for you. You have Death. So it really does, their perceptions, that they have to kind of wonder if that's the right perception of you. Your love potion makes them really transform those. So Hangman is the 12th major arcana card. Death is the 13th major arcana card. So here it's like the pausing and preparing for the change, and the feelings part here is the actual transformation. So whatever it is that they thought of you before, it's like they're kind of they're trying to see, they're trying in terms of like what they're thinking. They're trying to see what it is they need to get rid of. Their feelings are like, well, I don't know what I thought about it before, but I have these feelings. I'm like developing these new feelings for them. So let's see how your love potion impacts a person's desire for you. Oh, you have the Devil. So it's that sense of like temptation. You really get them to maybe do something. Their desire might not be for their best and highest good. It might be something that's like right now. I want to indulge in this right now. You can see this devil's got this double, triple scoop of ice cream in front of that person's face. And I would like have my head dunked in it, but for whatever reason, that's not the case. Okay. In terms of how your love potion impacts long-term intentions about you, you have the Fool. So it's almost like your love potion is they're ready to dive in, they're ready to take that leap of faith, they're ready to like make it happen right now. Instant gratification, instant, you know, jumping into those desires. But in terms of the long term, it's still yet to be seen because it's more there's not a sense of patience in this or long-term thinking. It's a sense of, okay, I need to pause and think, but no, my feelings are turning and I've got these desires and like, let's do something about it right now. So group number 4, let's see what most affects the potency of your love potion. You have strength. So your ability to kind of have, love for yourself, self-acceptance, confidence, that really affects how potent your love potion is and how it really, I think it's interesting that how you spread your love potion, this King of Wands, and the potency, they're both fire signs. So this is associated with the strength cards associated with Leos, King of Wands, fire signs are Leo, Sagittarius, and Aries. So if you are one of those signs, or it could be any sign, but I'm just noticing this sense of really energy that you're putting out there, and it could be because you are a confident person. You are willing to, you know what you want and you go after it. So here, group number 4, let's take a look at who is being affected by your love potion right now. Dark nails, facial hair, sporty. So this could be, a specific individual or 3 different types of individuals, or a combination of them. So dark nails, facial hair, sporty. If there's any people like that in your world, they're being affected by your love potion. So let's see how you'll know if someone is drunk off your love potion. Group number 4, you have protection. Well, this one wants. You have home and indulgence. So group number 4, you'll know if someone is drunk off your love potion because they look like they're drunk off of your love potion. It's a sense of they want to really take care of you, and they want to entice you to come over to their home, spend some intimate time with you. But here, just because you have the Fool in terms of the long-term intentions, they want to start something. So where it goes, that's really up to the both of you. But right now, I'm thinking this protection is not necessarily protecting you. It's like they're trying to keep others away from you, and that could be why they want you to like come hang out with them at their home. Like let's get you out of public because I want to I want you to eat this ice cream just by yourselves. So group number 4, let's see what you need to know about your love potion. You have Barm Brack, sweetness and energy. So here it is a sense of, did I say energy? Synergy, sweetness and synergy. So here this Barm Brack, this bread has got like different ingredients in it, not like fruit cake, but more like pieces of cloth, a ring, I think a pea, or peas, and maybe a stick, I think as well. But basically, the concept of this is a bunch of different things put together in this barm brack bread. Is like the whole of this is better than the individual pieces. So it's almost a sense of your love potion plus your confidence and your desires, all that together indicates this sweetness and synergy about your love potion. You have the lamp and remembrance. So here, what to know about your love potion is that it can affect people, and it could be people from your past that may, have a resurgence of your love potion, in terms of being drawn to it. Good and bad aspects. And you have cauldron, synergy, and healing. So group number 4, your love potion is really, again, this combination of different positive aspects, and it's as if what you are blending here not only has the ability to attract people to you, and certain desires that you have, but it's almost like where this remembrance, this lamp comes back into play, is that the not just your love potion, but something about you yourself. Even if things didn't work out between you and someone, it's a sense of they want to come back and be around you as like a platonic friendship, because there's something about your love potion that even if this initial like jump into it doesn't work out, you have such a confidence, you have such a sense about you, like leadership, where you can really show people a certain way forward. I have an ex where I dated 14 years ago that I give dating advice to. And he and my husband it's actually, they're really good friends. But we dated for 8 months. We broke up, didn't talk to each other for like a year and a half, and he contacted me later. That's a whole other story. But yeah, a year and a half later, we became friends, hung out with him and his new girlfriend, and that's what I feel about your love potion, is that you have the ability to bring people in, and if it doesn't work, they'll come back to you. They'll come back for your essence, your pure heart, and want to learn from you, and get your advice. Anyway, I'm hoping this provides a helpful perspective of your love potion and who wants to drink it up. We'll see you next time. Take care.